Hello Year 1. Today we're going to be finding and making number bonds to 20. We've practiced making number bonds before to 10 and you're going to need that skill for today. If you think you need a little more practice, hit the button and click on making tens and you can play that game to practice that skill. We're going to have a go at recapping some things that we already know. So question 1. How many can you see made out of the Numicon? Pause the video and have a think. We have 8 plus 2 equals 10. This is a number bond to 10. Question 2. These are number bonds for which number? So we have 5 add 2 and 3 add 4. What number do they make? Pause the video to have a think. That's right, they both make 7. They're number bonds to 7. Question 3. If we know that 5 add 2 equals 7, can we use that to figure out how much 15 add 2 equals? So we think about adding the ones first and then adding the extra 10 on afterwards. What's the total? Hopefully you found out the answer was 17. 15 add 2 equals 17. And finally, what number is this? It is written in words. Do you know what number that says? It is the number 13. Now we've had a chance to recap some learning, let's move on to something new. Now the first thing we're going to focus on is our number bonds to 10. Hopefully you can remember some of these, but what we're going to try and do is spot a pattern. So I'll give you some of the number bonds to 10. We have 1 add 9 equals 10, and we can see that represented here with Numicon. And also 2 add 8 equals 10, and that's represented here. They are both number bonds to 10, and we can see that as this number moves up by 1, this number moves down by 1, and hopefully you can start to see a pattern. Pause the video and see if you can think of all the other number bonds to 10 following this pattern. Okay, so the next number bond, if we look at our numbers here, we can see that if this number increases by 1, it will become 3. And if this number decreases or goes down, it becomes 7. So 3 add 7 equals 10. And we can see that represented in Numicon here. The pattern then continues. 4 add 6 equals 10. 5 add 5 equals 10. So if we already know that 8 add 2 equals 10, and we can see that here, then we can use that to find our number bond to 20. 8 add 2 equals 10, and we can add an extra 10 to the 8. How much do we have here? We have 18, 1 10 and 8 ones, and we're going to add 2 to that. That equals 20. We could move these 2 over to make 2 10s. So we know that 18 add 2 equals 20. We could also move our 10 to the 2 ones. And this time we could say that 12 add 8 equals 20, or 8 add 12 equals 20. So we're using what we know about our number bonds to 10, and we're adding another 10 to it. That could be with the 8 ones, or it could be with the 2 ones. This time I want you to have a think. What does this number bond make? So we have 3 and 7. That's right, 3 add 7 equals 10. Can you think about some number bonds to 20 that we could make using 3 add 7 equals 10? So here we have 13 add 7. What do you think that's going to equal? That's right, 20, because we have an extra 10. We could move our 7 ones into this tens frame to make 2 10s. So we've got 13 add 7 equals 20. Hopefully you can see the pattern. Our ones are the same and we're adding an extra 10. We've got 13 add 7 equals 20. Our answer is increased by 10. Now we could move this 10 over to the 7 ones. And we could have 3 add 17. that would also equal 20. It doesn't matter which we add first, we get the same total. Have a go at questions 1 and 2. In question 1, there are 2 parts to each question. In the first part of the question, you need to figure out the number bond to 10 using the counters to help you. Once you've figured that out, you can use that information to help you solve the number bond to 20 and see if you can spot any relationship between each of the answers. In question 2, you are given some addition calculations to solve. Sometimes you need to find the answer, and sometimes you need to find one of the missing numbers in the question. Each time, you can use the first calculation to help you find the answer to the second calculation. Now we've had a go at finding some number bonds, I'm going to show you some different ways of representing that relationship. So here we have a tens frame. We know that we have 6 add 4, and we know that if we put those together it makes 10, and that's a number bond to 10. We can represent that in a part-whole model. We know that 10 is the whole, 6 is a part, and 4 is a part. And we can also represent that in our bar model. 10 is the whole, 6 is a part, 4 is a part. And we're going to use that information to help us to find the number bonds to 20. I know that 20 is 10 more than 10. So we're going to use that to help us find the number bonds to 20. 6 add 4 equals 10. What do you think I'm going to need to add to this to make 20? Pause the video and have a think. That's right, I'm going to add 10 more. Now I could add that to the 6 ones, and I could make 16 add 4 equals 20. And I can see that relationship here. I've added 10 to the 6 ones. I could also represent that in my part-whole model, and I've added an extra part because I've added 10 more to my calculation. 10 is a part, 6 is a part, 4 is a part, and if I put all those parts together, I will get the total of 20. Excellent job. And again, I've split my bar model into 3 parts. I've added an extra 10. 10 is a part, 6 is a part, 4 is a part, and my whole is 20. I can combine, like we practiced yesterday, my 10s and 1s together to make 16. And I could say 16 is a part, 4 is a part, and my whole is 20. You can see that I've used my part-whole model to bring my 10s and my 1s together. Here we have another example. We have a 9 and a 1. We know that 9 add 1 will make 10. Can you stop the video and think about how we can use that to find the number bonds to 20 using 9 add 1 equals 10? Hopefully you figured out that we need to add 10 more to this to make 20, and we're going to add that either to the 1 or the 9. 10 add 1 we know is 11, 10 is a part, 1 is a part, and we have 11 add 9 equals 20. With our part-whole model, we knew that 9 was a part, 1 was a part, and we're adding 10 more to that, and we get our total of 20. And we can use this in our bar model. We know that 10 is a part, 1 is a part, and 9 is a part to make our total of 20. Pause the video again to think about what we need to do here to make sure that we can bring together our 10s and 1s. That's right, we can bring 1 10 and 1 1 together to make 11, and we can have 9 as a part. If we add those together, we get the total of 20. So hopefully you're beginning to see how we can use our known facts, our number bonds to 10, to help us find those number bonds to 20. Have a go at question 3 on the worksheet. On question 3 you have some bar models. These are just like our part-whole models. 8 is a part, we have a missing part, and 20 is the whole. And your job is to figure out what the missing part is. As a final challenge, have a go at question 4 on the worksheet. Now in this question there are lots of different addition statements, and it is quite a lot to look at. So what we need to do is think about our number bonds to 10 and use that to help us identify what will be the number bonds to 20. If you're finding it difficult to remember your number bonds to 10, don't forget that you can play Hit the Button, Number Bonds, clicking on Making 10 to help you practice that skill. Well, don't forget, if you're finding your number bonds really difficult, you can use Object or your number line to help support you with that. Good luck with all of your challenges, and I'll speak to you very soon.